I saw the movie Glitter, and Steve, you saw the movie Things.
Yup.
You saw Things.
That is accurate.
We're gonna defend our movies to Chuck, the Chuck Master Flex over here.
Oh yeah, I'm pumped.
Are you ready for Movie Versus? Welcome to Movie Versus, the podcast where we pin two terrible movies in an all-out battle for the best of the worst. Here are your hosts, Tyler Lamb, Charlie Pixley, and Steve Channing. All on Movie Versus!
Hey everybody, this is Movie Versus, the podcast in defense of bad movies. My name is Tyler Lamb. I'm one of the hosts, and I have with me Steve Janik. Steve, how's it going?
I am one of the other hosts. No, I thought that's what we were doing. I'm sorry.
And then also I have Charlie Pixley. What's up, Chuck?
I am also one of the other hosts.
All right, good. I'm glad that you realized that's what we were doing.
This joke is great.
Yeah, no, it was. I'm glad that I started it. On this episode, I am defending the movie Glitter, starring Terrence Howard, Mariah Carey, and Debrat. And Steve, you're defending Things.
No stars. If anything, this movie ended careers.
Before they had even began them. And Charlie.
Well, you did have the devil, him or herself, in it.
It was definitely herself.
He or she is pretty well known.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That was a big get.
Yeah.
Charlie, you're asking the question, so go ahead, ask away.
All right, then give me the rundown on Glitter.
How about I give you the glitter on the rundown?
Sure.
No.
I would actually really like to hear that.
So the rundown stars Sean William Scott and The Rock. No. Glitter is the the story of a young girl named Billy, and she takes place during that cold open we saw in the trailer where the mom's like, "Come on, Billy, sing on stage." That was like in the 70s. So this movie takes place during the 80s, and
Really?
yes.
Okay.
I kind of thought it was the 2000s.
Yeah, same
fine.
thing. Same here.
And
They didn't have glitter in the 80s.
I guess
which is big problem.
the trailer doesn't really make it obvious, I guess, that it is. But yeah, it's definitely in the 80s. And so the mom accidentally falls asleep smoking a cigarette, and the house burns down. So Billy gets taken.
Did she survive?
They both survive, yes.
Oh, I was joking. How did she not die?
So Billy gets taken into foster care.
Okay.
Because they're like, okay, you're not fit to take care of a child because you're an idiot, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
That can't be the reason, because I know a lot of people who would not have children.
And so she grows up in foster care where she meets a young Debrat, which it's a young Debrat because it's a child actor wearing a bandana on her head.
Debrat.
And then it flash forward to the 80s where they are all they work at a club, and they're all kind of like, all three of them are like singer dancers things at this club, and they get discovered. They get put as backup singers for this one lady. This guy realizes while they're recording that the lady singing sucks dick. I don't know why it took him that long.
That's how she's the recording.
She clearly wasn't recording then.
Yeah, and then
that's how she got the job recording.
He realizes that Billy actually has a great voice and has her like them bump up her vocals.
We are talking about the Blue Power Ranger, right?
Yeah.
Who is it? David Yost.
And flash forward again, I guess Billy is a star, working with the guy that discovered her. His name's Dice.
The Dice Man.
And yeah, Dice Clay. And they just call him Andy throughout the movie. No, he's Dice, and they like end up living together, and then they have a falling out, but then she gets picked up by a guy that she wanted to collaborate with, but Dice was like being really jealous over, and she ends up collaborating with him, making another hit, and she, it's pretty much. I don't want to spoil a
She
lot of
rockets
things,
into stardom.
yeah.
Okay, Steve, tell me some things.
Okay, so in this movie, it starts off with a dream sequence about a guy.
Watching glitter.
No, yeah. Whoa. That won't be made for another 10 to 20 years.
That's why it's even more spooky.
Yeah. No, he has. It's like a dream sequence where his wife isn't able to conceive, so he asks that devil woman to help have a child, and when he goes to reach for the baby, it's one of them little demon creature things, and he wakes up and he's like, oh no. But his wife can't have a baby, and she's sick, and they're up at their house in, I believe it's Northern California, and his brother and his friend come up to visit them, and during the time the child is born, and it actually is like the devil demon creature type things, and then they have to fight them off in the house.
So she gives birth to them, and they immediately have to start fighting them?
More or less.
Are they?
Well, actually, they're giving birth, and then they kind of like get away in the house, and then it becomes like classic, like the classic 80 movies like Critters or
that classic adage of fighting off demon baby.
Well, no, but it's
like,
but it's like the creepy demon creatures that are small and like they get away and hide places and you can't like track them down easily, and they like keep coming out and attacking from like the shadows rather than just like one big creature coming at you.
So when she gives birth to them, they are those spiders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, it's kind of hard to see because like they come out and then they like get away, but then they don't really show them very well.
How many are there?
Well, it looks like there's only one in the beginning, but then it reproduces, like it gets away and reproduces.
Okay, so it's not like she's just sitting there
she's
on
not
stirrups, just like.
Yeah, it's not like when like
as erotic as you may find that, Charlie, that is not what happened.
Yeah, it's not like a spider birth where it's just like a burst forth of like 30 spiders.
No, I was thinking more like the Queen Alien, where it's just like a squeeze an egg.
Oh God,
squeeze an egg.
Yeah, it is not that.
That's a shame.
Point deducted.
But okay, so this is the point that I was kind of upset that Tyler isn't the one judging this one, because within the first 2 minutes of my movie, there was Bush.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
As in George Senior, George Junior.
No,
Darius Rucker.
It was the Devil Bush.
Who? Oh,
Darius Rucker.
Wasn't he Darius Rucker was
Hootie and the
Blowfish.
You mean Gavin Rossdale?
Yeah, the Gavin Rossdale. Damn.
Close though.
Pretty much the same person.
I was gonna say Devil Bush is the most forbidden of all Bush.
We don't necessarily know Darius Rucker's preferences either, though, so it could still be accurate. We just can't
true.
confirm.
Has he ever performed with Bush? We don't know. Maybe they're friends.
Maybe. That would be interesting.
Yeah, so someone's gonna link us a video of like Darius, like tonight at the Hootie and the Blowfish Bush show, Darius Rucker joins Gavin Rossdale on stage to sing Machine Head.
No, they sing one of Darius Rucker's country songs.
Yeah, exactly. So after these critters get away, or were you done or no?
I mean, that's like from there. It's mostly well, you find out later that when they couldn't conceive, the father or the husband had gone to this doctor to help them get impregnated, and apparently that he did some sort of genetic experimentation that caused this sort of mutation. And then the rest of the story is basically just them fighting off these things in the house, like trying to stay alive.
Gotcha. Why don't they just escape?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure about
the
that.
hard-hitting questions.
Okay, then are you ready for this one? Why is your movie called Glitter, Tyler?
I would wager that it's because
the stars in her eyes.
I was gonna say because the dresses she wears always have like sparklies on them.
But are they sequins?
I'm
not sure if I know what that means.
Sequins are like those little circular reflective things, whereas glitter is like bits of glitter.
Yeah. There were probably sequins.
No, she just had she got a dress, like a regular dress, and then used
rolled around in some Elmers.
and then rolled around. No, she had the puffy paint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just always wore those dresses. I don't know.
Wow, guys, these movies sound great. Steve, here's one of your first individual
I should
questions.
have just made something up.
Yeah, that's the point of the podcast.
How would Mariah Carey have done in your movie? Like, let's say she was the wife.
Okay, if she was the wife, probably still not great. But if she was one of the other people, she probably would have done better. Because I actually got here right at the end of Tyler watching his movie, and she laid out a good slap on somebody. And also, she's not afraid to get in there and mix it up, based on her current allegations.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she'd probably do okay as long as she wasn't birthing the demon spiders.
And this will actually age well because she'll probably keep doing crazy shit and old shit too. I mean, anybody that listens to it, be like, oh, it could be a number of crazy things that she's fucking done.
I mean,
It could be the release of All I Want for Christmas Is You.
I think as a viewer of this movie, I think I'm going to have to come forward as being sexually assaulted by Mariah Carey.
Wow.
Because your pants just became too uncomfortable.
Okay, then.
All right, Tyler, here's your question.
Okay.
Would your movie have been better with Don Cheadle?
You know that my answer is going to be no.
But I meant in Mariah Carey's role.
Oh, I thought you meant in Terrence Howard's role.
Misdirect.
No, I think no, it was gonna be a really dumb joke.
Oh, wait.
You know,
why is now the time that you choose?
well, he said misdirect, and I said no. I think the director was a guy, but
Oh man, that's bad even for us.
that's why I didn't say it. But now you forced my hand, and my image is forever tarnished as the guy with the terrible jokes. I used to be the yuck king, but now I'm nothing but a mere plebeian. I would say no. Mariah Carey really was the end all be all of this film. She she brought her A game. and
it's the only game she had. You don't make it in this business.
She could not have been replaced. There's no way that she could have been replaced.
Do you know some examples of her not bringing her A game so I have something to compare it to?
The rest of her music career.
Okay. I like her Christmas song though.
That's up there with this movie.
Okay. That's saying something then. All right, Steve.
Oh wait, hold on. Not bringing her A game was deciding to marry Nick Cannon.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
But what about her
That's
divorce?
Dunzo now.
And then having Nick Cannon release a diss track against Eminem.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because like Eminem mentioned Mariah Carey or Nick Cannon in a song, and Nick Cannon was like, huh, "I'm gonna kill him" or something. Made a diss track, and everybody was like, "Shut up, Nick Cannon."
He should have just done his combative drumming again from Drumline.
I think that's always what he should be doing, or just invite him to Wild 'N Out and see who wins on the stage in front of tens of people.
Well, that's just called cast and crew. All right, Steve, what was the best kill in your movie? Or was anybody even killed?
Oh, no, there were... the 4 people that you see, 3 of them are killed.
Okay. I'm guessing the mother survives?
The mother does not survive.
Oh.
No, she's the first one dead.
Oh.
Yeah. No, because she pretty much dies in childbirth. So, like, that's pretty much over. But then the husband dies, and then his brother makes it, but his brother's friend does not. And his brother's friend is probably... His name was Fred, and his death was probably the most...
Oh, like that YouTuber that talks really fast?
Yes, exactly
cool.
like that guy. It actually was him.
Oh shit! Dude.
I just wanted it to be somebody like him.
Now that's gonna spoil when the annoying orange comes in later in your movie.
No, so he near the end of the movie he finds an electric chainsaw So, like, have you ever seen one of those, like, smaller chainsaws that are, like,
Yes.
that plug in? So he has one of those, and he's just destroying these things. Just going at them.
But with limited range.
Yes. So he's taking them out, and then, like, all of a sudden, the chainsaw stops, and he turns around, and one of the spider things is chewed through the cord, and then he's being attacked, and...
Should have also killed that bug,
Did
though.
did the spider bug that had the chewed cord in his mouth flip him off when he looked back? Like,
No.
fuck you.
No, but then that guy gets eaten, and he's like gnawed to the bone. Like his face is just like you can see. Well, it's not all the way to the bone. Like there's still flesh on
Is
it.
that
But
that
like
skeleton that talks in the trailer?
yes, yes, it is.
Can you please explain?
I cannot.
Wow,
The only explanation that I have is that he was killed by something demonic and is therefore imparted some sort of demonic properties.
does he ever play any type of trumpet or?
No.
Okay, so the movie doesn't get that spooky.
Thank God.
Correct.
Keep hitting my mic.
And then, how is it when that dude gets bit in the neck by the bug?
He doesn't actually get bit. It's just like on his back.
Okay, because that scene was hilarious in the trailer, so I just wanted to know if it was as funny in the movie.
It was pretty funny.
Was it intended to be funny, though?
Probably not. But the spider's on his back, and then his brother like immediately knocks it off with a hammer.
Oh, that's disappointing.
His head. He knocks off his head with
Yes.
a hammer.
With a hammer. All right, Tyler. I was about to ask
What's
you what
the best
your best kill.
Yeah.
I could see a kill being in that movie, though. Some like tragedy or something. What was the best song?
The song called "Lover Boy" was the name of the song.
How does it
And
go?
Sing it to us.
It's like "Lover Boy, you are."
That one?
Yeah.
I think that was a real song, wasn't it?
The song that you were doing?
Oh, no, that's a different song.
Yeah, that's "Lovin' You."
Yeah, that's right.
The one that John Stamos sings in the first episode of South Park.
Yeah, I want to say that is definitely not the song that I was
Yeah,
just
that's not it,
singing.
But I like that you just were like, yeah, that's that one.
Yeah, it's called "Lover Boy." There's another one called "Never Been Apart." Never Be Apart. There's another one.
Well, I was looking at the soundtrack. What was the song "Suck My Hole" about?
I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
that was.
It's about
they slow the movie down, and it's a real
It's a
deep
character
moment.
beat.
it's about it's a you know how have you read a concept album, you know how
Yeah.
well it's about this
Stuff's usually a little
it's a
highbrow
mid track of a concept album, so like probably 5 or 6 song where the concept album's about this guy who owns a dam, and by the end of the song, you know, everything. By the end of the album, his dam gets destroyed. But by that song, there's just a couple holes, and so he's wanting somebody to get in there and suck on one of the holes.
Does that help the dam?
to help plug up plug up the hole?
That would be blow my hole.
yes, so they just expand like a water balloon.
Hey, I'm not the one that wrote the song. Why are you guys getting on me? I'm just here delivering its message. I don't know what else it would be about.
I hope to. Charlie, is there a song called "Suck My Hole" on this film?
Of course.
It's so ridiculous.
No, there's not, Steve.
No, like
What
in
the fuck?
my head, all I can think about is that scene in Ace Ventura when they're just at the Cannibal Corpse concert, and I'm just like, that has to have been what happened.
No, there's no song called "Suck My Hole" in this movie, Steve. And this concept
Well,
album,
you got me.
I made up.
It's fuck my hole. It's a real deep track.
Real deep.
All right, Tyler, tell me something that genuinely took you by surprise about your movie.
Why are you laughing?
just waiting for your
puts-
sincere answer.
That puts me at a disadvantage because I'm gonna be smiling when I say it. So now, what was you said a pleasant surprise?
No, just like something that genuinely took you back. It could be just a weird character moment, or it could be something that you're like, oh, that was actually well done.
I was surprised. God damn it! Now you got me with the little giggles. I thought a good character moment was the fact that kid DeBrat had a bandana on. I thought that was a really good job because then you knew who her character was going to be.
You can always identify DeBrat by her pigtails and bandana.
I thought that I did like that the guy that they that she was with that helped her like become that he was actually like a piece of shit, and
Is
they
that the
broke up.
male lead in the movie?
Dice.
you're talking
Pretty
about?
much, yeah,
The guy in
Dice.
the trailer. Okay.
Yeah, Dice. He ends up being like a piece of shit, and she leaves him, which was kind of surprising. Like they made it seem like, at least in that trailer, that it was like, oh, this love story where he helps her, but no, she's pretty much like,
Yeah, especially with that like shower scene, and you thought they were gonna get back together, and she's like, I wouldn't have gotten anywhere without you.
yeah,
Whatever.
no. He's and actually, man, I guess this is a little spoilery. Do you want me to say it?
Okay.
It's well, it shocked me when Dice was shot point blank range by Terrence Howard. I was pretty surprised about that.
I was there for that.
That's
It was
sweet,
pretty.
though.
It was fairly shocking.
But yeah, that's I got that list of shockeries and surpriseries.
Okay. So there's straight up murder in your movie. Mm-hmm. Okay. The same question to you, Steve.
I was surprised that I believe the character's name was Don, the brother. I was surprised he got the fuck out of that house because there were a lot of those spider bugs even after they killed a fuck ton.
Is that the guy that so he just leaves, and does he just abandon the home? Just
He-
let
well,
him
I
keep
think-
replicating and just
I think, well, when right at the end, the doctor that impregnated the woman, he comes in to like find out what's going on, or he came in to check, and Don's like, hey, you're the reason why everyone here is dead, and all these things are trying to kill me. So he like shoves him in a room with the bugs and like locks the door and just gets the fuck out of there.
Is that the scene in the trailer where that guy is running out of the house?
Yes.
Okay.
If I could just add an amendment, another surprising, shocking thing for me was just how much I really enjoyed this movie.
Why would you be shocked by that, though? I mean, you saw the trailer.
Yeah, I guess you got a point. I shouldn't have.
So we're really upping our lie game on this episode.
Steve almost did a spit take. I saw you taking a drink out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, "Oh, this might not end well." But no, yeah, this movie was. It's probably one of my top 5 favorite movies ever.
Well, favorite just pieces of art.
Yeah.
Yeah, across all mediums. Mm-hmm. All right, Steve, both of you get this question.
And answer at the same time.
Yes, why would I like this movie?
You
Tell me something in this movie that you saw where you can look back and go, wow, Charlie would have loved that. Other than that bug biting thing, because you already know that now.
let's see. So when the spider's on the guy's head, okay, and he hits him in the head with the hammer as well. So he gets the bug, but he also just smokes that dude in the head with the hammer.
So does he kill him?
He thinks he did, but he definitely kills him.
So my joke was not a joke. That happened.
Yeah.
You probably just didn't hit his head all the way off, but he.
No, he smoked that dude's head with a hammer, and then they're downstairs trying to replace the fuses to turn the lights on in the house, and there's just bugs everywhere. And one gets on his head, and that looks ridiculous. And then to get him off, he hits it with a hammer. But of course, you're attacking like a monster, so he ends up just destroying his own brother's skull with a hammer. Which also I can say was fairly surprising, but it looked ridiculous.
And you, Tyler?
So there's this scene where Dice wants to kind of sign Mariah Carey. What is so funny about that?
The
Nothing.
Dice Man.
The man's name is Dice, and he's wanted to sign Mariah Carey to his, like, pretty much take her to his own label, but
Yeah.
she's signed with Terrence Howard.
Gotcha.
And so he's like, Terrence, I want to sign her. I want her out of your contract. And
How did she get on Terrence's first, and then?
Because I mean, Terrence saw her performing at the club.
Okay.
And confronted both of them. But then Dice is the one that noticed that she had like the better voice
real
than the
singular star power.
Mm-hmm. And Dice is like, I mean Andrew. No, fuck. Terrence Howard is like, well, you're gonna have to pay me $100,000. And while he's like saying all this stuff as an intimidation tactic, this other guy comes up next to Terrence Howard and starts putting baby powder on Terrence Howard's hand. You know, like he's gonna smack him across the face like a pimp. And he's like, you don't want to know what happens when I don't get my mines, when I don't get my money.
And then
he spits on him.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, who on who?
Terrence Howard on Dice. And he's like, I better get my money soon. Mm-hmm. And he's like, give me my money soon. And then scene in.
Was it like a real buff dude that put the baby powder on his hand?
It was
stood there holding
he was kind of buff. He was kind of short, and he had like a high pitched voice. He was like, "Oh, you don't want to know what happened when boss don't get his money."
Sounds like Eggs Tyrone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Eggs Tyrone from Workaholics, yeah. And or wasn't he also in Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's the dude that lays on the big thing of money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. I'm sorry, I messed this up. He didn't die when he got hit in the head with a hammer. He actually goes. He ends up helping
you lied,
him upstairs.
so disqualified.
I'm sorry. He ends up taking him upstairs, and he says, "That's not the way I wanted to get hammered."
So this was written by the guy who wrote Jason X.
Yes, but then he later dies because he gets attacked by a bug upstairs that bites off his hand.
Because he got hit in the fucking head with a hammer.
I mean, that didn't help, but then he gets his hand bit off, and he loses a lot of blood there.
Yeah.
But I completely forgot that he doesn't die at that point.
So you think that I would like this movie because somebody hits another person in the head with a hammer, and Tyler, you think I would like your movie because somebody spits on another person?
You have a style.
Well, and there's the whole pimp trope of him getting his hand with baby powder.
I've never heard that
ready.
before. It is pretty badass though.
Wait,
That
you've
would
never
be a
heard
total
the baby powder hand thing for the?
I've seen people do it for like a prank, but
okay. I don't know what it was. If it was like a Chappelle show bit or like some other show bit where they were like,
your childhood.
Give me some. No, he'd like hold his hand like, give me some powder.
Yeah, I
for
think
the slap.
it's a thing that pimps would do. Yeah,
I'm not saying it isn't. I was just unfamiliar with it.
No, that's fine.
It wasn't around back in my pimping days, but okay. Tyler, you want to wrap up the story?
Yeah, so it turns out Dice never paid Terrence Howard, and so, but then Terrence Howard goes to Dice's place, but he's not there. But Mariah Carey's there, and Terrence Howard's like, "Hey, your guy didn't. He was too busy fucking you, and he didn't pay me my money." And he's like, "Don't make me hurt you, but I will if I have to." And then it's seen on the news later that day that Dice went and beat the shit out of Terrence Howard, like almost to death. And so then later in the movie, Terrence Howard comes up to Dice and shoots him. And while Mariah Carey performs a sold out show to Madison Square Garden,
because she's made.
And then she reads a note, and then she reads
money.
She reads a note. She
gets it to him after I don't know.
She has a note from Dice that was left that was written before he died.
Said, "Hickory dickory dock."
Yeah. Your mom's around the block, because it's a thing about how the mom was found. And so it ends with her reuniting with her mom that she hasn't seen since she got put into foster care. Also, there was a moment in the movie where, so when they split up, her and Dice, they're both shown like, you know, going through grieving, like, oh man, you know, I miss him, blah blah blah.
Split screen shots,
and then you see them like playing, you see them playing music and stuff like that. And so when she goes to reconcile with Dice, she sees on his piano that it's the same song that she was writing, and so they were writing the exact same song about one another because they missed each other so much and they were that connected. But then she's never
was
able
it somewhere
to...
out there from American Sale?
Yeah. Beneath the pale moonlight. And yeah, so then he gets shot, and she reconnects with her mom after playing a sold-out show in Madison Square Garden.
So he was a piece of shit though. Still,
Yes.
okay. All right, Steve, do you want to wrap your movie up?
I think I more or less already did already. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they like killed the
Or,
bugs.
like,
and then,
what other things you got to? Any like fun little things?
Any
you
fun
wanna
little things?
comment on?
Well, at the beginning, they find a book called let me see. Horror of 1,000 Ugly Brutal Cunts. That is a book that is found in this film.
Wow, that sounds like an Infant Annihilator album.
Yeah.
It does.
But I just thought that was funny because they find like that book, and then immediately there's
Wow, Steve, how crass. You just thought it was funny because it had some profane words in it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, and it was also the way they said it because despite this being in Canada, these guys sound like they have Canadian accents.
Wait, was it in Canada?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I
you were saying
think it was
despite
set
the-
in California,
Okay.
but the guys sounded like they were from Canada.
I thought you said
Gotcha.
despite it being in Canada.
Oh, okay.
They sounded
Sorry,
Canadian.
I may have misspoken.
Was the book one of those Golden Spine books?
Yeah, it was a golden book for children.
was it the way to the like? Did it have the ceremony in which to banish all of the creatures?
No, I'm pretty sure it summoned them. Because they also found a tape that is basically like a
What was
satanic
the
ritual
name of
on
the
it.
book again? No, seriously, it was horror of
Horror of 1,000 Ugly Brutal.
Wait, horror?
Horror.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you were saying whore.
Yeah, so did I.
it's not
I thought it was whore. Like
Sorry.
horror of 1,000 brutal cunts.
Ugly Brutal.
Ugly. What if it was just like a flip book of like all
Like
of,
a 1,000-page book. Well, less than 1,000 because some of them have two.
Well, I meant a picture, but my bad. Just a book of all like different people's moms, like that somebody went to high
Jesus.
school with. Like this guy made this book and was like, "I'm gonna get to them." Hey, I just got this book. Look who's on page 36. Your mom.
Well, there
Great
was
prank, dude.
Got him.
there was a part at the end that kind of implied that it was all kind of a hallucination, and that the guy that
the
makes
heroin needle.
no the guy who makes it out actually killed everybody in the house, and then like escaped because he's
Sounds like art to me.
yeah, but that it was a little unclear because then they also show like a spider thing at the end, so I'm not sure if it was like one of those things where it's like you think you're hallucinating, but in actuality, it's real. Like like at the end of Chucky movies,
American
or like
Psycho.
yeah, or oh, what is that?
Oh wow! Got
yes,
him.
yes, that one. Yeah, but like how in some or like at Leprechaun when people are like, yeah, you're just imagining things.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one really takes them seriously, even though it all happened. And they're like, oh, just something bad happened. And
You're like, but I was in space, and this leprechaun smoking a shitload of weed stabbed me with a pogo stick.
Why won't anybody believe me?
exactly.
All right, let's do pizzas, Steve.
Okay, who are we ordering from? I can get everybody's order, and
So.
And you're getting the same thing, Tyler. So
Honestly, so they get up to this house and they forgot to bring food, so the only food that's left in the house is bread, so they just eat some bread. So I'm gonna have to say that the pizza would actually just be a circle of bread cooked.
that doesn't sound very good.
I'm not saying it does.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's the most accurate thing of what was eaten in this film.
You're gonna say there's glitter on your pizza.
And
yeah,
and they would wash it down
That's
with
gonna-
a lot of beer and whiskey.
there's glitter on my pizza, but it's actually sequence. No, I have a build up to my pizza topping.
Okay.
So there's a reason you guys have probably never seen this movie and why it flopped in theaters, and along with the soundtrack. I mean, it's
Because it didn't actually have a song entitled "Suck My Hole."
no,
Yeah.
it's because of a little event that the world may know called 9/11.
Wait, did this movie come out around 9/11
The
too?
soundtrack came out on 9/11, and then the movie came out 2 weeks after. Mariah Carey says that's why this movie and
that's right.
soundtrack did terrible because
Wow.
of that terrorist attack, 9/11. So
Just-
the pizza
just add it-
topping.
Just add it to the list of what's her name? Oh God, the girl that was in my movie for for the new wow, Friday the 13th.
Oh, she says her
Yeah.
career.
Yeah, Willa Ford.
She said her career.
Yeah, because her album dropped on 9/11 too.
Yeah, there you go.
There's so many things Mark Wahlberg could have said.
Yeah, I know, man. If only he would have bought a ticket to that plane and acted like a true hero. He didn't have enough rage anymore. He already let it all out on that Korean guy.
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese. I think I always say Korean for some
Yeah.
reason. So the topping of this pizza is just going to be the tragedy. It's going to be ruined by the tragedy that is 9/11. So it doesn't matter what's on it. The whole pizza's ruined.
Should have said New York style.
It's just a Sbarro's pizza. My favorite New York slice.
All right. So, does anybody else have anything else to say about their movies?
Steve, I believe you said you just wrote down some dialogue. I don't know if you want to.
That's for real thoughts.
Okay.
Okay.
Your real
so
thoughts.
I guess, am I ready to make my judgment?
Are you?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's hear a basis. The wrap up.
Well, I'll go ahead and just state that I would rather see glitter.
Oh.
'Cause, Steve, your argument was pretty good, but just everything about it, you sound like you're about to explode. Just seems unwatchable.
Yeah. No, I was watching
Glitter still seems like
it's a
just
film.
like it's just a movie.
There's a
Like,
period
okay.
in my movie where I'm almost positive that like every line of dialogue, like everything in my movie was ADR, and there's a part where they just like forgot to put in the voices again.
Hey, here's a picture of the Wikipedia entry on on Glitter, where it shows the Glitter poster ad.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Holy
Wow.
shit.
It's
That's
a
sad.
Glitter. It's captioned "The Twin Towers burn" behind an advertisement for the film, and that's on the Wikipedia page.
Yikes.
Wow!
Yeah. So, what's are we still? What's the deal?
We're
here?
no longer pretending. You're free. You've won. Feel free to talk.
Okay. Well, first off,
But props to Steve, though. You did the best you could, but just the description of the plot just sounded like...
Nothing fucking happened in that movie.
well, I first off, I completely fabricated that story about Terrence Howard getting the baby powder on his hand and doing all that. I made that up completely.
You son of a
Because
bitch.
I could not think of a single thing that happened in this
I
movie.
mean, it
that-
did sound
that
like
you would-
something could... Like, that definitely would
Yeah, I
have
tried to
happened in
keep
that
it.
movie.
I tried to keep it not too ridiculous, but
Yeah.
keep it something that I thought you might find funny if it happened. Because I couldn't think of anything else in that movie that happened that, other than maybe the fact that they find out that they were writing the exact same song, but also that she wanted to get back with this guy who was a complete piece of shit. Like, I have no idea why she wanted to get back with him. Also, I watched it on YouTube. It was a playlist of what said it was 12 videos, but it was missing part 3 of 12 and part 7 of 12. So I missed at least 18 minutes of the movie because
So
they
the
were
slap could have happened.
because I saw the scene where he asked for her contract and all that stuff. I
Gotcha.
think. So there are bits and pieces. There are a good chunk that I missed, but honestly, I don't. Like, it didn't hurt the movie at all. Like, I knew everything that was
So it was a brisk, like,
going on.
70 minutes.
yeah, it was yeah, it was I mean, I watched it all this morning, and yeah.
So did it have ads intercut with it? Like,
Yeah, every now and then there was an ad for that
Yep,
stupid
there was.
new Logan Paul movie.
the
For
YouTube one?
Yeah, YouTube Red,
looks
which
terrible.
yeah.
Oh, that's on YouTube Red?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's why Logan Paul's in it. You think that motherfucker could get a real movie deal?
I constantly forget that he's
Hey,
a
he was in
person.
Baywatch
Was he really?
for like 30 seconds.
Did you see that movie?
No.
Oh.
I just saw that TV
Was he
spot.
like, oh, dude, I'm in this movie?
Yeah.
God, he's such a tool. I will admit some of his vines are funny, but still,
Yeah.
I think I hate his fans more than I hate him. Let's talk more about the Paul brothers.
And Vine.
So Jake Paul, what do you guys think about him?
Let's
Even worse.
not talk about that.
But yeah, so there were a couple ads.
Would you ever watch this movie again?
No,
Would you ever jokingly suggest it to somebody? Like, yo, glitter's good. Well, I guess you already did.
Yeah,
Is it the worst movie you've ever seen, though, or is it just nothing? It's just
nothing. It's nothing. Yeah, I don't think I've ever and I didn't make up the title of that song, Loverboy. I just know the name of it because I read it in the Wikipedia synopsis. I don't know how it goes at all. You were correct in saying that I was just singing it to that tune of "Loving You Is Easy" because
Singing this song is easy because I remember it.
Exactly. Yeah, it was. I mean, do we want to just go? Steve, do you have more to add to your movie? You have lines of dialogue. You said you wrote down.
Go for it.
Like, I was just writing dialogue from this movie because all of it was just like
Oh, there was. Hold on, before you go into lines of dialogue, there was a scene where they fuck her and Dice, and right afterwards she's like, "I don't really do this that often." He goes, "Yeah, I can tell."
so
And then farts and gets up and leaves.
So in my movie, the character Fred, the guy who ends up being, I was really hoping that you forgot that skull talks in that scene, because like that happens. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
I couldn't forget that shit.
I didn't remember it.
But Fred just disappears at some point and like drops blood all over Doug, the guy who lives there. And at that point, Doug takes off his shirt for like half of the rest of the movie and just like wipes himself down to like get clean. And they're just not concerned about where Fred is. He's just gone and they don't know where he is, and they just rain blood.
Aren't they just in a tiny house?
Yeah, and then 10 minutes before the movie end, Fred just runs in with this chainsaw and starts cutting up these bugs. Like, where the fuck have you been? But while I was watching this movie, I was just writing dialogue because I was like, who fucking suggested? It sounded like they told them to improv because they just didn't know what, like, the dialogue made no sense.
Well, and they had professionals, so they
did not. One of the lines of dialogue is they get, like, after they go down in the basement to get the fuses and they put him away, like he has to carry his brother up, and he says, I wish I had a midget for a brother because he's too heavy. They go upstairs and they're drinking whiskey out of paper cups.
If I had a nickel.
They're drinking whiskey out of paper cups, and the guy goes, he's like, here, I found some paper cups, and he sets them down, and Doug goes, hey, how do you get paper children? And he's like, what? Like, how do you get paper children? I don't know. You fuck a bag lady. I was like, what?
I don't know, dude. It sounds like they had some regular members from the Groundlings come in.
Yeah.
It sounded more like a Coen Brothers joint to me.
Like, there was like the door to the basement had a bunch of like kindergarten art on it from like a girl. I don't know.
Who was in kindergarten?
Probably just whoever lived in that house that they filmed it in.
Probably, because like they say. I'm pretty sure he
Jesus
says
Christ, you got 4 pages front and back of notes.
Most of it is just like me writing just crazed dialogue. I'm not going to go through it all because it's insanity.
Within like 5-10 minutes of you guys leaving last week after the recording, I've texted Steve a YouTube link that was the whole movie. That actually took a little bit of searching to find, because like searching things.
Yeah.
Oh no,
like,
yeah.
There was.
All you get is wild things.
That's why I sent it to you, because I was like, he might have some trouble finding.
I actually ended up, because I couldn't, since I didn't watch it on my phone, I ended up looking, like, searching for, like, things in quotations, and then, like, full movie YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
We got a regular Google savant over here.
Yeah.
Quotations.
Yeah.
Did you use the word "and" instead of a plus sign?
At one point when he's putting in the fuses, he's like, he says, I better watch myself, not very good at electricity things. I was like, what? Like, the movie, like, just all of the words in this movie make no sense. Like I said, they for a snack, they just eat a pile of bread. And they put a roach in it and give it to one of the guys. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Just a prank or what?
Yeah, just a prank, just a fun, like, he eats it. They don't tell him anything. They're just like, haha, you just ate a roach.
Do they
like,
tell him
what?
that?
No, they don't say anything. They just laugh at him in secret.
What kind of motherfucker can eat a cockroach and not know it?
Oh, cockroach? I thought you meant like a
marijuana,
Yeah.
used marijuana cigarette.
Yeah.
They, like, it just makes when he
Wait, is
like,
that what you meant?
No.
Oh.
I meant an actual cockroach. when he finds the bread, he's like, "Oh man, 6-month-old bread. What can we do with this?" I was like, "What? 6-month-old bread is inedible. It is just mold."
And how did he know how many months old it
Exactly.
was?
Like when they go back in
he
to
put
check
it up there. He was like,
after the wife died, they go in and check on her. Her body's just picked clean by the bugs. After his brother dies, he goes.
Are they not freaking out?
No, like when it first happens, they're just like she's dead. There are bugs around. The other guy has disappeared and blood has poured on them, and they're just hanging out in the kitchen, just drinking beers, real casual like. And I don't understand it.
Is there any history about this movie that you know of, like the production company, or who is it? I mean, was it released by a studio, or?
I have no idea. Watching this movie, it was an enigma. I was like, I don't understand how anyone could think that this was like. If you were to ask me, Steve, is this the worst movie you've ever seen? I would say I have problems calling this a movie.
Yeah. Wow.
how long was it?
It was an hour and a half. It was so long.
All right, so let's look up. First off, one of the first user reviews on IMDb is a 9. A genuine brain-melting atrocity.
For which movie?
I'll look through some trivia of this. If Amber Lynn read all her lines off of cue cards.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, there was like a weird news thing that they kept on. I think she was talking
I remember
about
that from the trailer.
But I think she was talking about the two guys, like the guy and his friend who go up there. I think she was talking about them and like them having gone missing.
Yeah.
And it was like really confusing because at the end she's like, they found them and they just like flicked off the cops when they were found. Like it made zero sense. They reference a porn star, like, and none of it made sense at all.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've read like 3 or 4 of these trivia things, and they're all already juicy. So Barry J. Gillis claimed, I guess he was the director. He claimed on a local TV interview around the time of filming that the budget was $350,000.
What?
When this footage is included on the DVD and on screen, an annotation claims it was actually closer to $40,000. Jessica Stewart, who plays the nude lady in the opening scene, was actually a prostitute.
Neat.
In real life?
Yes.
Nice.
Attempts were made to include her in the 2008 DVD release of the film, but she could not be found.
Because she was probably murdered.
I mean, I guess you can't see her face, though, right? So
You can't. No, she wears a.
Would you need a disclaimer
like
then,
a
or
double
no?
mask.
I don't think so. Oh man, I'm trying to. The scene where Doug finds a bug on the coffee table, squashes it, and adds it to a sandwich was improvised when the real bug was found sitting on a table.
Neat. Like seriously, like it made no sense.
That would be funny though if the dude actually ate that. Then.
Yeah, I guess.
Man, despite reviewer assumptions to the contrary, audio recording did occur during all dialogue scenes in the house. However, much of it was loaded with off-camera chatter from cast and crew and the whirring of the camera itself, so it was replaced.
Okay,
Fuck.
no, that makes it makes sense that they replaced it because I was like, there's no way that is audio of when it was recorded because it just does not match at all.
Yeah.
Like very frequently, there's no background noise. Like it's just like there's not even noise of them violently killing these bugs.
So this movie has no tomato meter. It has 24% liked this movie, audience score.
Can I see the poster real quick?
Yeah, it's this dude with this mustache.
Yikes.
Yeah. It's rated R.
Go figure.
It's got a 1.9 out of 5 average rating from fans. 65 user ratings. Here's a review that is 4.5 stars. Wow, I mean just wow. Like the box art says, I was totally blown away by things. Blown away meaning I was flabbergasted how awful it is. I mean I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of craptastic movies in my time, but Things takes the cake. This film is constantly engaging because of how terrible it is.
I disagree. I just wanted
What
it
was
to
part
end.
of it?
That's true.
So
I remember that poster because she just looks so unnatural there.
We're talking about glitter now.
Oh no!
Everybody-
Hold on. One last thing. At the very
Yeah.
beginning, that book and the tape recorder that they find, it was in the freezer where the guy then puts his coat. He's like, "I'll just keep my coat here in the freezer." I'm like, "What? Why? What are you doing?"
Does he say, "I'll just keep my
Yes,
coat here in
he
the
physically
freezer"?
said. He physically said. Wait, hold on. I think I wrote it down.
Jesus, keep in Mike.
Oh, throw this in the freezer. Storage, maybe. It's a good place for it. That is a direct line of dialogue.
All right. So Glitter has a 7% on Rotten Tomatoes. 2.8 out of 10 is the average rating. It's 87 reviews total, 6 fresh, 81 rotten. The consensus being Glitter really suffered due to 9/11. No, I'm kidding. Glitter is a hodgepodge of movie cliches and bad acting that's sure to generate unintentional laughs. Unfortunately, the movie is not bad enough to be good. So let's try to find some of these positive reviews. Well, we got Glitter lacks sparkle. We've got total escapism without a shred of believability. A guilty pleasure is a positive review.
That's about as
Mariah
good as you
Carey
can say
wrote
about
that
that.
review.
Heroically bad.
Jesus.
A disaster like no other. Glitter has its jaw-dropping highlight. What I have to believe is the only scene of seduction by vibraphone ever filmed. I don't understand most of that, but it was a positive review.
Sure.
It was almost physically uncomfortable watching the performances in Glitter. Mariah Carey should have taken an acting class from Marky Mark Wahlberg. The first lesson, start small.
Yeah.
The best parts of this dud are the ones in which she's singing. This is what she does best. This is what she should stick to. Save your money and watch her videos for free on cable music television networks. So, yeah, that's about all I'm going to read for this.
Yeah.
Close that one. Okay.
It's probably about as good as
the-
what wasn't it like 2 or 3 years ago where she like sang for Christmas and she sang like "All I Want for Christmas Is You," but she was like,
But it was the country remix.
no, she was like out of breath trying to sing, like she couldn't handle it anymore.
She barely sings really anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I don't know.
It's
I haven't.
a lot of just backtracks and stuff, and
Gotcha.
she obviously
And-
can't
and
hit the high
ordering-
notes anymore.
And ordering subordinates up to her hotel room.
Yes.
While she. So yeah, I mean,
Subordinates.
well, I mean, they work under her. They're
No, I
not-
know. It's just a funny, like, for like non-military or anything. It just sounds funny that Mariah Carey would be like, "Give me my subordinates now."
Do it. Yeah,
I think this is the worst matchup of movie, like the worst two fucking movies out of any episode we've done.
You think?
I don't know.
They're-
I
I
can't
mean,
think of any worse.
mine-
Both of them seem just
mine
like
mine is not just like
Nothing.
just a bad movie. It's like bad, like everything about bad quality, bad production,
Yeah.
bad audio.
As you're saying, it's barely a movie.
Yes.
Like, that's what you just called it, barely a movie.
Yeah.
Mine was at least, yeah, it had, extras. It had.
Yeah,
an
I had-
HD camera.
Well, don't go that far. I don't know. I had to watch it in 240p, so it could have been an HD camera.
I came in and I was like, this is definitely a YouTube rip.
Yeah, these were both pretty bad. I guess it's hard to dispute that
good
fact.
good job, Wheel of Terrible Movies.
Yeah,
Really got a good first impression.
yeah, of what's to come. All right, man. Okay, I guess that's all we have. Like, I don't.
I can't possibly pull any more from this film.
Yeah.
All right, well, Steve, what do we got?
Okay, so we've got, you can find us on our socials at Movie Versus Podcast. That's VS, not Versus. So at Movie
You
Versus
fucking
Podcast.
idiots.
Jesus. So at Movie Versus Podcast on Twitter, Movie Versus Podcast on Facebook, Movie Versus Podcast at gmail.com. And then we have our associates. There's the Three Wise Media, Good, Bad, or Bad, Bad. This film is lit. Then also Behind the Blast Doors for your Star Wars stuff, and Critical Misadventure if you want to listen to some people playing some D&D. And thanks to Jeremy Lamb for the theme song and Scott Blackwell for our logos.
Sounds good to me. Now I had to go look at this text that one of our friends just sent, and he marked it NSFW, so you know it's going to be good. Bye.
Movie Versus is a production of Three Wise Media. For more information, check us out on Facebook.